Okay. Just need to test whether we're live or not. Okay, 222-212. Are we live? Just gonna check on the old phone here to see if we're live. Let's have a look. Are we live? Not that anyone's watching. Are we live? Let's have a look at the channel. Oh, it looks like we are live. Let's just have a look. Yes, we are live. Can I hear myself? Not that anyone's watching. Yes, I can hear myself. Amazing. Right, we are live. Let's make this full screen. Not that. That's all. That. Right then. So, we're with the Able to Move. And there's a new thing appeared, which is Schwung. If no one's ever... Start again. You ever heard of Schwung? It's like a shadow UI, and they've released this new thing, which is a 303 acid bass thing. So I'm going to try and make a nasty acid bass on the move. Right then. First time I've done a live stream like this, so bear with me. Let's move my phone out of the way. Right, here we go. So, first things first. We need a new set. So, let's go into this set here. Empty set. And so we're in there, set 37. And we'll go on to the first track here. It's already got a kit. Now, I haven't turned the audio on so you can hear this. Oh, yes, I have. Maybe I just need to turn it up a bit. There you go. I've got coming through somewhere. So, okay, so I need to get rid of this kit. So because we're going to be using Schwung, I need to get rid of anything that's making a noise. So we'll just, oh yeah, I need to switch MIDI track on. So we're going to go MIDI track 1, come out of that, and let's get rid of this kit. Let's just get rid of this, coming down, going to templates. No, it's not templates. Yes, it is templates. Sampler. So now we should have no noises. That's just me hitting the pads. You listen. Yeah, me hitting the pads. You can hear. Right then. Got anything else going on here? No, I don't think so. Right. So to get into Schwung, we hold Shift, hold down the volume button, and press this track. And there we are. Now we're in the Schwung Shadow UI. So you're given some slots here. First one's MIDI effects. We're not really worried about that. This is the synth that we're going to be using. Then we can put effects on. We might get into that later. I'm not quite sure how far I'll get. But let's first load a 303. So these are all the different synths. Latest one is the 303. So let's load that. So 303 is in slot 1. And there we have. Which is cool. Okay, can we do some lower? And as I've seen on here, you can like adjust. But anyway, so we've got 303 loaded on slot 1. So now I need to go and load the sequencer, which will hopefully do our 303 magic. So Shift, volume. And this little monkey here, he has a little weird star on it. Not sure what that's called. All right, takes us into the tool menu. And TB303. TB303 is what we need. So I've loaded this now. I don't quite understand this properly. But on these buttons here, apparently we've got all our different stuff. So density, accent, slide, octaves, what roots we're in, what scale we're in, minor, MIDI channel 1, that's good because we were on MIDI channel 1. Okay, so I think if I press play now, I might be wrong. Okay, so we're away. So apparently if I press this button here, this generates new patterns. So I'm just going to try and play with a pattern until I find something I like. So I'm going to switch my mic off for a bit. Okay, so I'm just going to play with the density a little bit. I think this will be the next generation. Okay, let's have some more slide in. Let's try again. Oh, quite like that. Right, I'm just going to do some playing now until I find something that I like. Just try knocking it down a bit, I think. No, not quite there. Okay, carrying on. Quite like that. So I think these across the top here show me the pattern, and I think the red ones are the accents. Yeah, I think they're the accents. So I'm just going to try breaking in. So apparently this one here will kind of, it's one of these two, I can't remember, so let's have a look at the help page. Okay, so pad mat top, steps 1 to 16, MIDI, mutate, so I think 2 should mutate, so let's try that. Quite like that. So now I think if I use the track buttons here, this one's the pattern that I'm using, and then this is the control over the 303. So for me, louder's always better. So I'm quite enjoying that at the moment. That's quite cool. So if I come out of this is meant to carry on playing now. So I'm going to try and come out, and I'm going to go back into my 303, which should be on here. Yeah. So if I come in here, there should be some extra settings. So this is the thing that I will like, drive. So let's have a look at this. So let's try soft. I don't know why anyone would try soft. That's just a waste of everybody's time. So let's change that to... That's what I'm talking about. Oh yeah. Okay, so now we can... Trying to get it like really edgy. So I'm not really sure what I'm doing with these. Okay, I'm quite liking that sound. I might just try some different sequences. Now in the past, I've had this mess up on me, but let's try it. So I'm going to go back into Tools. I'm going to come back down to TB303 and see what's there. See, now that's not playing, which annoys me. Yeah, see, I don't know why that's not doing it. Okay, looks like we're stuck with that now, and I don't know why. So this has happened to me before. To me, that should still be playing, but it's not. Okay, so we're gonna say we're gonna stick with that because I'm just trying to create a nice sound. Yeah, why doesn't that work? It should work. Anyway, let's go back into this. Let's come out of this. Let's go back into this. And let's try and put some effects in. Now, I kind of want to do some this has got some EQ in it. Doesn't look like it. Let's going to try a couple of things. Let's have a play. No, not that. Let's try something else. No, definitely not that. Okay, just a simple reverb. Now, I'm not sure if my normal channel effects work, but I'm going to try and find a saturator. So I'm going to come across to here. Could use a chow tape. Let's have a go at that. Now, I'm not sure if I'm just liking that because it's getting louder. Oh, yeah. I'm not sure what chew is. Oh, yeah. This is the tape's got chew, quite simply. Now, I can't say whether I like the more bassy stuff. That's getting a bit breaky up, so where's the volume? Alright, I think I'm going to switch off the... I think I'm going to switch off this. I quite like that. So, okay, for argument's sake, we're going to sample this now. We're going to sample this. So, as part of Shadow UI, it's got a... now, again, I'm not a sampling expert, but it's got a sampler. So if I do shift and record, that should. So if I come out of that, that should take me into the sampler. So source resample. So it's a quantized sampler. It's going to do 4 bars. So we've kind of just got a 1 bar phrase. So I might just take that down to 1 bar. Yeah. All right there. So 8 bars, 16, 1 bar. Pre-roll off, so I should just be... in fact, I'm going to do 2 just in case it's... I'm going to do 2 bars just in case it's off. So let's just try and do this now. So if I should hit play, this should just sample it. Cool. So that's sampled now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mute this track. So we know that that's not playing anything. So that this track is playing nothing at all. So let's come into the second track, which has probably got, yeah, it's got a respace on it, which I quite like. So let's come back to the bottom track, which has got whatever it is, swell bells put on it. So let's put a drum rack in there instead. So come back down here, look for templates, choke kit, drum kit. Let's do a choke kit. Right, so this should be empty of samples. So let's put that sample we just recorded here. So if I select that, now from memory, it should be in user samples, Schwung, resampler, and then today's date. And there should be one sample there, which it is, it's there. So let's load that. So there's the sample there. Just going to check the start of it. So this is transposed. This is the start of the sample. If I hold shift, it should show me whether we're right at the beginning. Okay, so let's just... It's not bad, that. So, as ever, let's turn up the volume of that pad. So if I hold down the pad and just turn up the volume. Okay, cool. Now we can switch that off for a second. In fact, I did a little thing so I can dip it. There we go. So that's playing in the background. So we're just going to EQ it a little bit. I think there's probably too much bottom end on it. So let's just have a play with that. So that sounded pretty cool to me. Really quite like it. Now there's one thing I've been meaning to try out is putting it through my guitar amp, but I haven't got that with me. So we're just going to try some more saturation here. I'm so tempted just to do that. Now what I'm quite liking there is me just moving the amount of colour there. So the great thing about the movie is I can record this. So let me try that. Right, here we go. So that should... So if I come onto that now, that should have... It hasn't really done it. So let's try again. Let's come back out. I'm going to see if it does it now. There we go. Ah, it's because I was turning the wrong thing. So if you want to get rid of the automation on that, I'll just do that. And that's the actual one I wanted to change. So let's get rid of this one. Let's go back into record. So it's this one. 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah. Okay, so we've got a saturator on that, and we've got EQ on. So let's dial the EQ out. I'm going to play with the EQ a little bit more. Okay, so I don't really know where I'm getting to with this. So I'm going to add some drums underneath it, I think. Yeah, so let's stop that. I'm going to add some drums underneath it. Now, I've got another project in here, so let's just go into my project where I've got some drums that I really like. So let's just have a listen to these. I'll just solo this channel. There. Yeah, so I really like that. Now, what do I do? Do I just sample that? And just take that through as a sample? It's probably the quickest way, so let's do it. Yeah, why not? Why not? Let's just do it. So, I should just be able to go there and record. Gonna get 2 bars of it. Let's go. Right, cool. So, I'm gonna go back into my other project, which is this one. And I'm gonna do a new track. So this has got this one. I'm only doing a new track because I've put loads of effects on this one, which will make the drums sound weird. So coming to this one, let's change this. So I'm just going to go to, I'm going to just go to a drum rack again. So let's do templates. Sorry about that noise. There's some stuff going on outside. People shouting. But such is life. Let's just take a drum kit. Let's just take a choke kit. And then we're going to load a sample onto this pad here. So come down to user samples again. Schwung. Resampler. Today's date. There should be a second sample there. There it is. So let's just trigger that. Got a volume problem there, haven't we? Oh, excuse my language. So let's take this track. So maybe I should, let's have a look at just this sample. So I'll just solo this track. Let's have a look at the sample. I mean, it's quite loud. I'm going to check the start of it. So it's just a little bit off. Yeah. I mean, we could try turning the volume of this up, but it seems... Why do I like everything sounding knackered? Don't know. I like the sound of that. I'm sticking with it. So let's just go in there. We've got some effects on there, but I don't think we're sending anything at the moment. No. So let's go back to our other track, which is this. So I just need to unsolo that. And let's just play it. So that is way too loud. So let's come in. Turning down the wrong thing. Sorry, let's just check what's where. Okay, so that's way too loud. And I think that's going to be the saturator, so let's just take this saturator right down. No, it's not that. I think it's just the volume of the sample. That's more like it. Take the volume of these drums up, I think. Okay. I'm going to try slicing this up now. So. It's just auto starting at the moment, which I don't want to happen. So it's going to come. Okay, I'm going to try and chop this up a little bit. So the way I've been doing this at the moment is copying the pad, taking it to another pad, and then if you hold down Alt here, you've got a length. So let's try and just get that first bit there. Okay, I quite like that. So then I'm going to copy that to this pad. Let's change the start. That's a weird noise. I quite like it. So I was going to try and take the length a little bit longer, see where we get to. Okay, I'm just going to take that bum bum up. So I'm just going to take that length there, maybe to about there. Boom. Let's get rid of that boom. So I know someone will tell me I'm doing this wrong, but quite like that. So I'm going to take that one now, copy it to there. Okay, it's just a bit hard on that start, so I think we need to get to about there. Oh, that's good. Okay, I'm just going to have a little jam around this, just see what it sounds like now. So I'm just going to come out into session mode. I'm just going to create a new track on my bass. So that's just there. Yeah, so. Okay. Okay. So. No, not quite. Just gonna switch your mic off and fuck around. Okay, I'm getting something there, so right, I'm going to program it in. Okay, so I'm just doing a bit of editing of this. So. So it's on that second bar, this is late, so. And that is late. So that last note should be that. So I'm going to get rid of that off there, put this one on there. Okay, going to do the same on the first bar. That second note's not quite right. So I'm just going to try and nudge it. Can't remember how to nudge it. Yeah, so 10% on that, okay. So we can nudge that by 10%, nudge that by 20. Okay, so that's just straightforward. So I'm going to duplicate these two. So if I come onto my loop, take... Oh, I've just undone. Didn't mean to do that. Redo. Right. Right, so I'm going to take these two bars here, and I'm going to copy these two bars. I'm going to paste them there. So it's that last bar I need to edit, which I want to do. So let's come into that last bar, and it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I just need to clear these. So now we should have. Cool, and if we go back to original. I feel like I need to put some delay on this. So I've got EQ and I've got that saturator. What happens if I take that saturator off? It actually sounds better without it, you know. So I can take the track of the drums down. And then I'm actually going to turn this sample up. I'm going to get some delay going on. Somewhere in here, delay. Yeah. Okay, through that, maybe just some reverb. I weirdly like that. Yeah, loving that. So we could go through and like even slice that up a little bit more. Let's do that. Let's do it. Let's slice it up a little bit more. Okay, so carrying on, duplicating that. Going to change the start. Let's try a little bit. No, try this next bit. I'm just going to do da-da-da-da-da-da. So come back into there, hold that, then we should be able to find our length. Yeah. Yeah, quite like that. Right, I'm going to carry on rather than me just messing around. Okay, let's mess with that start again. Now, I don't know if you know, you can actually pitch these on a move as well. So I'm just thinking that might be a nice... No, it's not. So let's just try and get right in at the start of that. So just going to have a little play. So I'm coming onto an empty track again. I'm going to record that for the sake of it. That was rubbish. Undo that. Yeah, forget it. I'm not going to do that. Right, let's carry on chopping up. Ah. So I'm going to try and mess with some effects now. Okay, let's try a different thing. Loop. No. So let's get rid of that. Don't need pitch envelope. Punch maybe 8 bits. Sometimes I quite like this. Maybe we'll live with that for now. I'm just going to duplicate that. In fact, I'm going to duplicate this one, paste it over here, and then let's see if we just get anything else out of this. They're the same, so that's no good. Quite like that 8-bit. Let's get rid of that off the end of there. So I'll set the length down. Still prefer my original. Anyway, so let's put that saturator back on. Let's find some, maybe go back into, no, I need to find some drive from somewhere. There's just not enough drive. So I'm gonna go back into here. See, I've run out of effects now. I should really resample this. No, I'm just going to leave it there, I think. Unless I can find my little cable that I need just to connect. Because really what I want to do is connect. Oh, I've already got the cable. I've already got it. This is a good day. So I've already got my nasty little amplifier, which I'm trying to get. So I've got this little amplifier. I know it seems ridiculous, doesn't it? From my guitar. And let's just see if I can free this cable, which seems to be stuck behind my desk. Excuse me if I'm wobbling. Yeah, I've got my little cable. So, this is my little cable, which I'm going to need to run through. So, what will actually happen is you're going to lose the desk output for a second. So, let me mute the desk. And then what I can do is, so I need another cable. That's my problem. Yeah. So that's not going to happen. Okay, that's for another day, that is for another day. But we will come back and we're going to stick noises through this because it sounds mint. So anyway, that's where we got to today. I love it, mate. It's cool. Okay, I think you meant to do a refresher of what you've done. So, what we've done today is, we've used, Schwung, search for it, it's ace. It's like a little, it adds loads of extra stuff to a move. It's so much fun. Disclaimer, you might break your move, but I haven't, So, what we've actually done is, now which project was it? So, in this project, if I go into this project, we have, if I unmute that, we did actually add in, a 303, and we used a little 303 sequencer here, the TB303 sequencer, to create ourselves a little loop. And we sampled that using the quantized sampler, which we brought back into another channel. So if I come out of that, and so I think we brought that back in here, which we did, there's the sample. And we chopped it up a little bit, so we have got some chops. I know it's not proper chops, but it's just the way I'm doing it. Now, the last thing I should probably show you. So on the left-hand side of your screen at the moment, you'll see this little mirror thing. I'm just mirroring my laptop at the moment. But maybe if I so I'll just load, what Schwung has is a way you can control stuff from the web. So we're just going to have a quick look at that. So if I just come away from this and just go into that, we get this. Let me try and make that full screen. Give me a second. So that should be there, which it is. Brilliant. Right, so in here, bring me mic over. So in here, this is everything that Schwung installs on your Move. Anyone who's been using Move will understand this move.local. It's the way you control stuff. But you can go in and rename stuff. So I'm trying to do this more. So if I go into that, oh no, it's not there. Files. Let's go into, is it user library? Yeah, samples, Schwung. And then we were in resampler. Then today's date. Is that today's date? Let me go back. What's the date today? Yeah, it must be this one. It must be this one. So let's go in there. I don't remember recording 3 things. So I'm just going to go back to my Move for a second. So let me just give you a full camera of that. You've got my mic across the shot there. And my old cup of coffee, which is embarrassing. Move that away. So I just want to see what this sample's called. Now, how do I get the full name of the sample? There we go. 1709 146 BPM. 170906. So it is this one here. This one here. So I should be able to select that, rename it, and just call it. I'm going to keep the BPM, but I'm just going to call it other room OR acid loop, and then save that. Now this will probably screw up my entire thing because now my Move won't know that that exists. So let's just come back to this. You know what, I'll just put the Move page up just so you can see that rather than all of this. So we'll come back to this and we'll just go to mirror. It's handy this on the Schwung. It shows you what your display is doing. So if I come back now, this will probably kick off that it doesn't know where the sample is. But it seems fine. File. See, now it's not found the sample. So I need to point it to that. And it's found it again. Now this one doesn't know where the sample is. So file not found. There it is. OR acid. So I'm just going to just quickly do this for all of these. So it's definitely got the right one. Now if I was being proper, I would have renamed it before I started messing with it. I think that's probably your best workflow. Okay, so just do this. Do this. Change it back to that one we just renamed. And there. And there we go. So that's cool. Right, I'm going to sign off now.